Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming for our seminar on success partnership. So, today we will also practice a little bit. Start practicing. Every day we will practice. So what is success partnership? It's actually a way of devotees to associate in a structured way, to plan the time they spend together so that they can get the maximum benefit from this. So if you have 1 hour to meet with someone, then you want to use it very efficiently and effectively. And if you have a structure, then this exchange becomes more powerful and more beneficial for everyone. So, in a nutshell, or briefly, this is what is success partnership. And inspiration for this is in the Bhagavad Gita in 10.9. Mat chitta madgata prana bodayantas parasparam katayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So devotees, Krishna says, devotees, they find pleasure in speaking about me, in enlightening each other. They always think of me. How is it possible? How is it charged in its low battery? Strange. So, and I don't know where is my key. Here. So there you can find the cable in this charger. It's strange. It was 100% like half an hour ago. And in 2 of the 7 purposes of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada mentions actually that devotees should cooperate and that the devotees should help each other. So in the 3rd purpose of 7 purposes, Prabhupada says, to bring the members of the society together with each other and nearer to Krishna, the prime entity. Thus developing the idea within the members and the humanity at large that each soul is part and parcel of the quality of Godhead Krishna. So here Srila Prabhupada explains that our relationships are connected to Krishna and in relation to Krishna. Thank you. So bringing each other, members together, and closer to Krishna. And in the 6th purpose, to bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler, more natural way of life. Again, the same thing Srila Prabhupada explained, bringing members together. So this success partnership that I have designed is an alliance of 2 or more devotees or family members who want to help each other succeed in devotional service and other areas of life that support devotional service. They speak once a week, for example, and have a 2-way session, both playing roles of a coach and the coachee. They help each other working on their Krishna conscious goals by using the recommended structures described below. And you can have such partnership with more than one person. It doesn't have to be one person. You can have as many as you like. And we have some Shastric inspiration for this. Some look at the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. This is from the Bhagavad Gita 2.29. So if you can see another devotee who is standing or sitting in front of you as amazing, then this will be very helpful for him. if you can see him as an amazing divine particle or part and parcel of God, and if you can see potential in him also. And the one I mentioned, Machita Madgata Prana, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening me, one another, and conversing about me. So in this context of success partnership, there is a deep discussion, we spoke about it, deep conversation, confidential exchange, attentive listening. Now, in the next verse, which is from the 3rd canto, it is said, I'm not sure who is speaking, maybe Maitreya or... So, he speaks about Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, how they protect each other. But actually, another point that is explained in the verse is that the Lord protects them through each other. So the Lord protects them through each other. So the Lord can protect you through someone else. How? This person is there always to help you. Or someone can protect you through someone else. And you can be also the person who protects others as an instrument in Lord's hands. As an instrument in Lord's hands. So it is said that this is why the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas protect each other, Hare Krishna, as well as themselves, and the Lord himself, who is both the cause and effect, and is yet immutable, protects them through each other. So this is very important. You know this story of a man who was drowning, there was a flood, and many boats were coming. Boats were coming to... can you put Karatals up? Boats were coming to rescue him, but he said, no, God will help me. And then he drowned, he died. And he went to heaven and complained to God, why didn't you help me? And he said, 3 times I sent boats and you didn't take them. So he didn't understand that God is acting through others. So if we can understand this, then when we have a partnership with another devotee, we can see that this devotee is acting as an instrument in Lord's hands to help me. Then there is a wonderful verse from the 4th canto which explains how our own liberation is directly connected to compassion and helping others. Yes?
So it's God's protection is...
What?
God protection depends upon how much surrenderness. You told that God sent 3 times boats, but still you didn't act to get help from those.
Uh-huh.
But why he didn't appear himself, like when he is protecting Lord Prahlad Maharaj?
Because he was not Prahlad Maharaj. He was not Prahlad Maharaj. When you become Prahlad Maharaj, he will come personally. Or we become like Prahlad Maharaj. But it will take time for this. So, the self-effulgent Vaikuntha planets, by whose illumination alone all the illuminating planets within this material world give off reflected light, cannot be reached by those who are not merciful to other living entities. You see, understand that? Only persons who constantly engage in welfare activities for other living entities can reach the Vaikuntha planets. So our compassion is directly towards others, is directly connected towards our own liberation and our own, elevation to the spiritual world. So you may say, I don't care for others, I only care for Krishna. But here this verse explains that you should care for others, that Krishna wants you to care for others. and to be compassionate. Do you have a problem with your leg? Do you speak English?
He didn't know.
Yes, in front of the deities we don't spread.
I told him just, sorry.
Okay.
He didn't know.
I mean, you can sit in a chair if you feel.
No, it's okay. He just didn't know.
Then there was another thing when Indra and King Prithu had a conflict, and I think Indra was stealing something. I don't remember the story, but what happened is that Indra became ashamed of his own activities. He repented, and then it says that both of them gave up envy of each other. So when you have this success partnership, there is no place for envy. If somebody is envious, then they will not spend time to help another person or to listen to another person. And now we are coming to some other verses which explain how much the Lord is pleased if people cooperate. So Prachetas were chanting the song of Lord Shiva. Prachetas were brothers, and they were chanting the song of Lord Shiva. It says underwater. I don't know how they chanted underwater. They chanted underwater. And then Vishnu was so pleased that he came on Garuda, on his carrier. He came and he actually wanted to give them any benediction. He said, I'm so pleased with your friendly behavior. So if we try to have friendly behavior with devotees, the Lord is pleased. Can we open a little bit this window for a few minutes? Just to get some unfresh air from KOELN city. And finally, I'm so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask me for a benediction. And you also know that where husband and wife don't fight, Lakshmi stays in the house. So this also. So mutual cooperation is directly related to our material and spiritual abundance or benefit. Can you keep it for later? And finally, the last Shastric support from this success partnership, Prahlad Maharaj's prayer from the 5th canto. The residents of Jambudvip offer prayers, and Prahlad Maharaj was one of them. He is the resident of Jambudvip. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. Again, envy is mentioned here. And may all living entities become calm or peaceful by practicing Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga can bring peace to everyone. Why? For by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. This is success partnership. You think of the welfare of another devotee who is in front of you. They will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Shri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. And now I want to present to you briefly maybe 4 or 5 ways how this partnership can be done, success partnership can be done, practical ways, and we can practice some of them. I mean, I don't know, do I also have Thursday or not? Only Wednesday?
I think Thursday also, but I cannot say.
You said she will do a Friday?
She starts on Friday evening.
Maybe she wants to give Gita class. Can somebody ask her somehow on email? Or something?
Well, I'm already waiting for an answer since.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I have designed a couple of ways, but you are not limited to these 3-4 ways that I will explain to you, because you can maybe create some other way how you can help, how you can have a success partnership with the devotee that you choose, with the devotee that you trust, or with the devotee that you want to help, or you think he can help you or she can help you. So, the first one, I call it Gita partnership. Gita partnership. Encourage devotees to read and discuss in pairs or in groups, and allow Bhagavad Gita as it is to do the coaching. So the essence of this approach is to allow Srila Prabhupada and Krishna to be the guide of each devotee according to their qualifications and inclinations. Here, the role of a success partner is to facilitate another devotee's being coached and trained by Srila Prabhupada's and Krishna's teachings in the Bhagavad Gita as it is. This creates a strong spiritual foundation for success. And here are the steps. Before the session, if a devotee has a problem or a goal, ask him to define it in writing, to describe it in writing, and share it with you. Ask him to find, also before the session, quotes in the Bhagavad Gita as it is that could help him work on it. So before the session, they can bring something printed out or maybe on the phone, different quotes that can help devotee work on certain issue that he has. If he is not able to find them in the beginning, maybe they are not able to find him, then you can help him. You can use the Vedabase or Vanipedia or online database to find some quotes that will help him. So basically, we want to help them to be guided by Srila Prabhupada's teachings, by Srila Prabhupada's Vani. Now, discuss together how these quotes can help him work on his goal. To help him be more focused and disciplined, recommend that he sends you daily or weekly progress reports. So you create this mutual accountability, mutual responsibility. If we were discussing your goal, for example, to what did you want what was your goal?
My goal?
To
Mainly to conduct Pandal festivals.
Yes. Yeah.
And build a big building for the devotees.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is the goal. And now we are discussing, based on, we can find Srila Prabhupada's instructions in relation to festivals, in relation to Pandal. We can read them for inspiration, and then we can discuss. You can become convinced that Srila Prabhupada was so pleased with these festivals. And you can become inspired by this. And then we discuss how this can be done. What is the step 1? What is the step 2? What is the step 3? And you can define all the steps. There is another technique. It's called back from the future. So you can write from the point of achievement the goal. Let's say you have arranged everything. So what was the step before that? And what was the step before that? And you come back to now. You come back to now. And backwards you define the steps. Maybe it's easier for you. So this is one, it's called Gita partnership, where we use the Bhagavad Gita. Maybe in Bhagavad Gita you will not find mention pandals, but you will find something about chanting, something about preaching, something about prasadam. So, you will find some inspirational quotes. But I say Gita, it doesn't have to be limited to Gita. Another way to do the same thing with same steps is called Shastra coaching. So you take from teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Actually, Shastra coaching can be based on the verse. Both success partners choose a verse that each of them would like to apply during the upcoming week. So you choose one verse and then work on it for the week. Now discuss how to apply it, make a plan, take action, and report daily or weekly to each other. So it's two-way reports are going on. How it is going on for you in relation to this verse. For example, You have read the verse in the Bhagavad Gita 17:15, which describes austerity of speech. And now next week you want to speak words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, not agitating to others, and you want to recite the Vedic literature more often than you do. So you have like 5 things to do every week. Or you can do one of them. You can always make sure that you never lie to yourself, to others. You practice honesty or truthfulness. And you report to me, and I also report to you on the same thing, or if I have chosen another verse, I report about that. Then another technique, it's called personal questions. Make a list of the questions that you want to ask yourself in relation to the things that are important for you to do during the day. And in the evening, you or your success partner can ask each other. So what kind of questions? For example, have you done your best to take care of your body, mind and soul? Have you done your best to chant quality japa? Have you done your best to read Srila Prabhupada's books? Have you done your best to build trusting relationships with relatives, colleagues, devotees, friends? Have you done your best to make a wonderful contribution to the Krishna consciousness movement? So your success partner actually asks you your own questions. You make a list of questions and give them to him or her and say, please ask me these questions. And then when you speak about what you have done, what you have not done, then you can reflect and see how successful was your day. In the second part of the session, he gives you his questions and you do the same thing with him. So it's personal questions. Then another way that success partnership can be done is excellent questions. So you can use these steps to do a 2-way session every week. Ask a devotee to clearly define his goal. If he has a problem, turn it into a goal. So if he has a problem, turn it into a goal. So every problem can be turned into a goal, isn't it? If you say any problem, so how can we turn it into a goal? We just ask ourselves, okay, how will I solve the problem? And what do I want to achieve? What do I want to achieve by solving this problem? So turn every problem into a goal. Ask a devotee to think about the best answers to these questions. Don't give him a solution. Don't give him a solution. Help him to think. Help him to think himself. Ask him to report to you at the next session. Actually, ask him to take action also. And ask him to report to you in the next session. Or every day if he likes, he can report to you. And then you can review together his performance and results that he has achieved at the next session. So you ask him to find the best answers, to make a plan based on the answers, take action, and also report to you. So one important aspect of this kind of discussions is that we always want to be inspired. So we always take action, and for taking action, we want to be inspired. So we need to see what is this that is inspiring me, or what do I want to inspire me every single day, and to have either quotes or lectures or kirtans or whatever is inspiring us, then we should somehow get that and use it to be inspired. Because our own responsibility is to be inspired. We have devotees on the internet who are listening. Thank you very much. Another partnership, Japa Success Partnership. You can propose this to Mother Devaki also. Help each other with improving your japa by sharing inspirational japa quotes, reading together books about japa, attending japa retreat by Sacinandana Swami, discussing obstacles to your japa, attending japa seminar or workshop by Mother Devaki. Discussing obstacles to your japa, reporting to each other about your japa. How was your japa this morning? Oh, I was chanting like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. I was falling asleep because last night I was washing pots until 1 o'clock. And now in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, here is few inspirational quotes. Of all the regulative principles, the spiritual master's order to chant at least 16 rounds is most essential. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila purport in 22nd chapter. Then also from Chaitanya Charitamrita purport, it is essential that everyone fulfills a specific vow to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Therefore, we have prescribed in our society that all our students must chant at least 16 rounds daily. Such chanting must be offenseless in order to be of high quality. Mechanical chanting is not as powerful as chanting of the holy name without offenses. So these are two inspirational quotes about japa. We can find more. And in this way we can support each other in japa. How is your japa? Instead of asking, how are you, you ask a devotee, how is your japa? And immediately discussion starts about how to improve it. And we have two more. Actually, there is many more than two, but I'll give you two more which I have kind of defined the steps. But I have others that you can use also, and I will read them to you, how you can do this success partnership. So, feed forward. You know what is feedback? Feedback? When you feedback. When you give, your opinion about something. Usually about something wrong. That somebody says, okay, what is your feedback on my class? Oh, it was so boring. I fell asleep. Thank you very much. Next time I will do Bharatnatyam dance. Then you cannot sleep. Or I will scream like anything so you cannot sleep. But feed forward is about what you can do better in the future. Feed forward is what you have done wrong in the past, or what you have done right in the past. But feed forward is what you can do right in the future. And I can ask you for two ideas. How can I improve my classes? Because you are, tolerating my classes for the past whole week. So you can say, well, I have some opinion about your classes. Your classes are very nice, but... and then you can give me some feedback. Actually, no, you say, well, your classes are great, but maybe you could do this and this and that. And then I say, what? And I write it down. And I don't comment on this. I just say thank you, and I report to you next time. And actually, you observe my classes over the next few days, and you say, oh, you have improved a lot based on my feed forward. So feed forward is a suggestion for the future. Suggestion for the future. And the last but not the least, thinking partnership. Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness movement is for training men to be independently thoughtful and competent in all types of departments of knowledge and action. Letter to Karandara in 72. So you can use these steps to do a two-way coaching at least once a week. You ask a devotee, what would you like to think about and what are your thoughts? We practiced this last week. Then, what more do you think, feel or want to say? What do you want to achieve from the rest of the session? Is there anything you are assuming that is stopping you from achieving your goal? This is called limiting assumption. Way of thinking that limits your action. These are called incisive questions. Then another question, if you knew that you could do this, instead of thinking that you cannot do it, how would you prepare for achieving your goal? You can also write down the incisive questions and ask it several times to get more answers. And at the end of the session, you can appreciate something about devotee who was your success partner. I mean, appreciation can be in all of these structures that I have presented to you. At the end, this mutual appreciation. I appreciate your time that you were listening to me and that you are interested in my success. I appreciate your class yesterday. I appreciate your kirtan yesterday. I appreciate your theater play or acting. So these are the ways for which I have defined structures, and there is some more ways that actually we can also design structure for this, but these are just initial ideas. So you can do this mutual coaching or success partnership based on the 3 gunas of material nature. You can check out how much you are in Tamoguna, in Rajaguna, and in Sattvaguna. You can assess your progress based on this. Then you can use metaphors and analogies from the Shastra and use this to help each other. How the metaphor of a tortoise help you when you go through the city. You know tortoise? The slow, it has a strong shell. Tortoise in German? Turtle. Yes, tortoise or turtle. So a metaphor in the Gita is that when the danger appears, legs and hands inside, or 4 legs inside, and protected in the shell. So similarly, when the devotee sees dangerous sense objects, then he immediately withdraws his senses and prays to the Lord and looks at the sky. or when he sees a beautiful person, he actually sees the soul and doesn't look so much. And he knows that the body is consisted of matter and all kinds of nasty things. He's not very romantic about it. So he has a spiritual vision. So metaphors and analogies. Then your favorite verses. You can do success partnership with your favorite verses. And I already mentioned about how to work with verses. Then you can use the index of the Bhagavad Gita and look about the topics. What topics are there? And use one topic, anger. Let us work on anger. Get very angry. Then the most important verses from the Shastra. Devotees sometimes have a list of most important verses. Then Srila Prabhupada's purports or passages from the purports. Sometimes you have a purport which is ideal for training or ideal for application. So you can really get a wonderful session with this. Then different sections, like parts of chapters or chapters, like we spoke about Dhruva Maharaj. This whole chapter is so relevant for us. I mean, we can study it, we can discuss it, we can see how I can apply this in my life. Then large subjects like body, you can have just discussing about the body, about health, about how to take care of the body. You can have this partnership and coaching only on that. Mind also, spirit. Then what about your goals? Can be success partnership session. Then using the Gita model, goals, Gita model is GITA. Gita, goals, ideas or instructions, tests and action. This is a very simple model. With this model you can help anyone. Goals, ideas, tests and action. What is your goal? What ideas do you have how to achieve it? Or what instructions from the Shastra can help you how to achieve it? Tests, what obstacles you have to overcome to achieve this goal, and which action will you take? So, if you only use the Gita model, I mean, you can have a very nice structure section. Then, what could be the goal for the success partnership? I just put one goal, but you can have so many goals. Develop your own integrity and inspire others to develop theirs. So one devotee, one Mataji, she is a coach, and she said she would like to do integrity coaching. So I said, excellent, wow, integrity coaching. So you coach people how to be honest and how to walk their talk, how to be honest, how to what they think, say, and do is the same. That's called integrity, integrated thinking and integrated action. So let us become more honest. That's rare in Kali Yuga. With ourselves and with others. Let us have the truth as the basis of our life and the quality of our life. And also, when somebody comes to you for a session, you can ask him, okay, what is the truth of your situation? Well, the truth of my situation is that everybody else is imperfect, and I'm a victim. Okay, so how this thinking will help you? Probably not. So maybe I should look at myself. The truth of my situation is that I criticize others and that I think that I'm good enough. Or the truth of my situation is that I think that I'm not good enough for anything, and everybody's telling me this. My parents were telling me forever that nothing will come out of me, I'm useless, and I will never succeed. So what is the truth of your situation? And are you ready to face the things you need to change? Okay, I will try. So integrity, very wonderful goal for the success partnership. And then my last point, we have to respect confidentiality. Respect confidentiality. What we discuss, we don't tell others. We can tell some philosophical points that we discussed, but if it's something private, we keep it and we don't tell others. Unless they want to kill somebody or they want to kill themselves, then you have to tell someone. But otherwise, keep it very confidential. Or if somebody is doing some like living in a temple and drinking beer, secretly, and you know about it, it's your duty to report it. Tell them you report it or I will report it to the authorities. And better you go outside if you have to eat, if you have to drink beer, but don't do it in the temple, and don't smoke in the temple also, or whatever. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he actually in Vrindavan, he wanted to have a room for smokers, so that they don't make offenses by smoking everywhere in the holy place. And nowadays in airports you have rooms for smokers, which is very nice. Otherwise it's so horrible to be, not only for devotees, I think for everyone it's horrible to be in a place where people can freely smoke. Now they have this, they ventilate them, they have these rooms, smokers are happy and everybody else is happy. So if you have some need, don't do it in the temple. You cannot control yourself. Don't do it in the temple because you entangle yourself by making offenses. So, what is the use of living in the temple and doing nonsense things like this? So, yes, we keep confidentiality, but in such case, we have to tell this person to disclose this or to make some arrangement which is more Krishna conscious about this problem that they have. But generally, confidentiality is very important. And because also confidentiality builds trust. So for the success relationship, very important ingredient is trust. So there has to be trust. So I have given you a quick overview of all these techniques. And now, please, I want to hear your questions. If you have any questions about all these things that I told you. But this is so powerful. Why I'm telling you that this is powerful? Because I'm doing it myself, not with one devotee, and it helps me so much in my spiritual life. And helps my success partners also. So I'm telling you, I'm speaking based on my experience that this is very effective. And also why I'm proposing this, because there is not so many mentors, there is not so many counselors, there is not so many coaches in ISKCON, and we need to help each other. So this is like helping of equals, but you have a structure. You don't have to have a big diploma in coaching to do this. You just follow the structure. Couple of steps are there, you follow the structure and you help the other devotee. You listen to them, and the main thing is listening actually, so that they can think aloud and they can hear themselves. And if you can ask a couple of, very relevant questions, this is also helpful. But your sincere interest in the other devotee's success is also very important. Your sincere interest. I want you to succeed. I want you to have money. I want you to have good sadhana. I want to have good japa. I want you to be happy in Krishna consciousness. I want you to be in bliss. I want you to have good digestion so that you can digest all this prasadam that is offered every day to the Lord. and to you after. So, and we consciously cultivate non-enviousness of others. How? By practically doing something for them and giving time to someone, giving your ears to someone is a symptom of love. It's a symptom of love. Otherwise, we can all become selfish and just, be cold and live in our dark cave of selfishness. And this is not devotional. This is not devotional. I want only my liberation, my advancement, and I don't care for others. No, God is always telling, you should care for others. They're all my children. You should love everybody. So, sorry for being a little strong. But, so this is success partnership. This is the essence of success partnership. And you can choose any of these. You can make it very simple. Very simple. Even if you have only feet forward, that's very simple. Okay, let's sit together and you give me one suggestion. And you can even choose what you want suggestion for. Like, please give me one suggestion, how can I take better care of my health? Because we always neglect our health. So now you can give me one suggestion, Bhakti Sebastian. How can I improve my health?
Doing regular exercise.
Wow. Yes, I agree, and I don't do it regularly. So you have hit on the right point for me. And then I know, oh my God, next time I speak to Bhakti Sebastian, I have to tell him again that I haven't done it. So, by social pressure, I will be more inclined to do it. Or maybe you ask me on WhatsApp every day, have you done it? No. Have you done it? No. Have you done it? No. Then I feel really bad, and that's good. So, and then I can give you a suggestion. Next time when you play Lord Chaitanya, you maybe sing more. Or you can ask me. Which area?
How not to forget important things you have in your head.
Wow, I have a great tool for it. Write it down. Write it down.
Oh, okay.
And carry it with you in front of you like this. Do make some tool which it's always here, or with your phone. We have wonderful devotees online from Germany, from Croatia, from Nairobi. Where is Nairobi?
In Africa.
Yes, but which?
Kenya.
Kenya. I think from Kenya, and from Slovenia, from Croatia. Thank you so much for being online. So, so now we have some time, maybe 15-20 minutes to practice. And so we want to do two-way sessions. So we have 2, 4, 6, and with me it's 8. Now we have to decide. You should help me. You should help us to decide which technique do we want to use. So you have heard all these 4 or 5 techniques, and we can do any of them. We can do it with the Gita if you like. I mean, one way to do success partnership, you just open the Gita randomly and look at what Krishna has given you. Yeah, just open it randomly. Or point also like this with closed eyes. You point like this. See, okay, what is Krishna telling me? So let's see. So, what if you remember these techniques? So, what technique we should use for the exercise?
I like this technique.
Which one? Okay. Anybody else likes this technique of the boys?
Which one?
Random.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so 2 of you you're a pair. So you have your own success partnership technique. Use it.
Okay.
Okay. So you can go to him. Then anything else? Your English Not so good? You see, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, but everybody, you speak in German. You speak German?
A little bit too.
Ah, okay. Because if you work together, then, you have to speak either in German or English, or you can use both.
Everybody learns better. He learns better German
Okay.
and he learns better
Yes.
English. So there's another
Yes.
solution. Oh, it's already there.
Okay. So, what technique would you like to use?
Hearing.
No, hearing is okay. I mean, you want thinking partnership?
Yeah.
Okay. So you explain to him how to do this. Thinking partnership. And two of you, what technique would you like to use? Huh? You don't remember?
But it's here.
You have it? So now, because we have an exercise, we want to finish and we want to say goodbye and Haribol to the devotees on the internet. So Hare Krishna.
Haribol!
Thank you for listening.